Hi, and welcome back to Curriculum Week here on my channel. Today we're going to be talking all about our 5th grade homeschool picks for the 2021-2022 school year. Hi, I'm Erin. I'm a homeschooling mom of 4 kids, and this week we've been talking all about curriculum and the things that we're going to be using in the upcoming school year this fall. If you have missed any of the videos this week, make sure you check out the playlist in the description below where you'll get to see our picks for kindergarten, 3rd grade, 5th grade, and 7th grade. I will have linked below this video here timestamps so you can jump ahead if there's any particular subject area that you are interested in. I honestly have never had all of my curriculum picked this early in the year. I really only kind of pushed myself to make decisions now so that I could do these videos for you while you are actively searching for stuff for you. So you can kind of see what we've chosen and what we think works for us, so that if you kind of homeschool in a similar style or fashion, that maybe some of these things might work well for you too. So please don't feel overwhelmed if you haven't picked what you're gonna do yet. You have plenty of time to make your decisions, and I hope that this video series is helpful to you in that process. First off, before I show you what we're using, I just feel like I have to tell you with any of these curriculum videos that what I have chosen is what I feel like is going to work best for our family. It may or may not work for you, so I encourage you to do your own research and try to find a curriculum that you feel like is going to fit your children and your family and your kind of method of teaching best. Don't just take my word for it. Okay, so let's jump into our 5th grade curriculum picks. And first up is going to be language arts. And this year we're kind of piecing together our curriculum. Last year we used Masterbooks language lessons for living education, but this year we're going to be trying something new, and I'm piecing together a couple of different curriculums to make up a rounded language arts program for us for this year. And the first part of that is going to be writing. I chose Writing and Rhetoric by Classical Academic Press for both my 3rd grader, as you saw yesterday, and my 5th grader. And because this particular curriculum, even though it's book 1 and geared towards grades 3 and 4, each level kind of builds on the foundational knowledge that is found in this curriculum. My 5th grader does struggle with some dyslexia. That's one of the reasons why we've chosen to start with this level for him. This particular curriculum covers writing, composition, and creative writing. And so I really liked that this is kind of based on the classical approach, as well as there's a little bit of Charlotte Mason flair in here, which is what I like a lot of as well. And this really focuses on reading some great stories and having conversations about it, and then learning how to do some copy work and dictation. Because this does incorporate some dictation, that will save me a little bit of time where I can do the dictation once and both the kids can write it down in their own workbooks. And then the next part of language arts for him is going to be grammar. And we're going to be using Fix-It Grammar for him as well. And again, if you didn't see yesterday's video for 3rd grade, using Fix-It Grammar from IEW, they do recommend that all age levels start with book 1, which is called The Nose Tree. So they will both be going through this curriculum for this coming school year. So this works by kind of exploring a new grammar concept, and then they find it in a sentence that is written in the book, and then locate the certain number of errors that they are and correct it, and then you go through and discuss how the grammar, the new concept kind of applies to the passage, and then they work on copying it and rewriting it in their own notebook. So they are learning grammar skills by editing and correcting and just kind of thinking through how those things work. So I really like that approach, and I've heard a lot of good things about this, so I'm excited to give this a try for this year. And then next for him, we just found this curriculum this last school year, and it has been amazing for him for spelling, particularly because of his struggles with dyslexia. And that is all about spelling. And again, this is another one that on their website, it says that no matter the age range, you should always start on level 1 and work your way up, because it really goes through some of those foundational spelling rules that you need to know in order to move on to more advanced skills. So we just finished level 1 last week. We will actually be starting this up this coming week and working through this through the end of this school year. And then whatever we don't have finished yet in this one, we will pick back up in the fall, and we're just gonna keep working. So as soon as we get done with this one, I will order level 3. So chances are by somewhere towards the middle of this coming school year, we will be moving on to level 3 in all about spelling. What I really love about this particular curriculum is that it uses the Orton-Gillingham approach to teaching spelling concepts, which is supposed to be the best approach for teaching kids that struggle with dyslexia in particular, because it really goes through a lot of repetitive things and a lot of rules and stuff that really helps their brains, because they just process things differently. Doesn't mean they're dumb, they just process things differently, and it takes a different approach to help them to learn the skills that come naturally to most other children. So I have found this really beneficial and very, very helpful for us. So I'm excited to keep working through this. So this is the teacher's manual. And then you work through, it has all of these cards where it has different, it has spelling cards, but then it also has all these different concept cards that teaches you the different rules. You put it in a little like card divider box, so you can work through concepts that you have mastered, ones that you're working on, and ones that are still to come, so that you have them all handy, and then you can easily flip through the ones that you need to review each time you do a lesson, and you go through those. And so this really focuses a lot on the repetition and working through things until they get it just stuck in their brain where it becomes second nature. So that's what we're going to be continuing with for spelling. And then for handwriting or penmanship, this one I just found that I'm excited to try. And this one's called Patriotic Penmanship. This one says grade 3, but even though he's grade 5, this is what we're starting at, because he just this last year started learning cursive, and that's still kind of a newer concept to him. So this one really reinforces a lot of the just basic starting out, copying the letters, and then some of the words. And what I like about it is that it has a quote either from a Bible verse, or it has quotes from a lot of the founding fathers of our country, and it has you practice a letter and then trace and then start to copy out part of a sentence and then the part of the quote from what they were saying. Our family is very patriotic, and so I really thought that our 2 oldest kids would enjoy this curriculum for doing penmanship. Moving on to math. And we have recently switched over from teaching textbooks to using Singapore's primary mathematics. And this has been a good transition for us. There are many reasons why we made that switch. If you're curious a little bit more about that, drop me a comment and let me know, and maybe I'll make a full video kind of explaining our decision for that. This current school year, we switched over about 2/3 of the way, 3/4 of the way through the school year, we switched over to Singapore. And so we have really been liking this, so we're going to be continuing with this in the fall for our kids. Part of the reason we switched from teaching textbooks was because I felt like their level placement was quite a bit below what grade level standards are. And I'm not too overly concerned with grade level standards, but there is some aspect of making sure your kids are able to do more advanced things later on and not get super frustrated with the more advanced stuff. My son, who is in 4th grade this year, he had been doing level 5 of teaching textbooks. But when we made the decision to switch over to Singapore, based on his skill set and ability and what he had learned already in teaching textbooks, we had to go all the way back to level 3B in Singapore's to find an equivalent to what level 5 was in teaching textbooks. And so for him, he's working through 3B right now at the end of his 4th grade school year. And then we might try to do part of 4A over the summer, and then hopefully during this next school year, we'll be able to get caught back up so that he can get into at least be starting 5A, maybe even starting 5B before the end of this coming school year. But that's kind of the gist of why we had to choose level 4 in Singapore versus level 5 since he's in 5th grade. For science, for my 5th grader, we are going to be continuing with this Exploring Creation with Chemistry and Physics by Apologia. This is part of their Young Explorer series, which is for pretty much all of the elementary levels. They say K through 5 or K through 6 on their website. However, this would be way too advanced for kindergarten, and even younger, 1st, maybe even 2nd grade might be too advanced for this. So this particular one anyway, I would certainly say would be geared more towards upper elementary or early middle school. This is one that we started this school year, but we didn't get all the way through it yet. We maybe only got about halfway through this particular curriculum, just because we do a lot of other science in different ways too. So I wasn't so concerned about getting through this entire curriculum this school year. So we're kind of splitting it in half. We've done half this current school year, and we'll be doing the other half next fall and through the school year. All 3 of our boys also do piano lessons using the Simply Piano app on our iPad. So that is something that they'll be continuing in the fall. For Christmas this year, we just got them a guitar. So in this coming fall, they will have the choice of doing music lessons, and they can choose whether or not they want to do the piano or the guitar. And we really enjoy the Simply Piano app, and I've got a video about it here if that's something that you want to check into too. Make sure you stay tuned for Friday's post that will be going through our group subjects that will cover probably every other thing that you haven't seen here in this video today, because we do several things family style. So the rest of our 5th grade picks will be part of that family subject that's coming out on Friday. Thanks so much for watching and just getting a little insight into what our picks were for the coming school year. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. Make sure you stay tuned tomorrow for our 7th grade picks for the next school year. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.